Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, your chest feeling tight, your heartbeat a little too strong, and you wondered, is my heart okay? For many people over 60, this is not just imagination. It is a quiet fear that settles in the silence of the night. You sit up in bed, maybe take a sip of water, hoping the feeling passes. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Now, picture this. You stand up in the dark, feeling slightly dizzy, and for a brief moment, you lose your balance. You steady yourself against the wall, heart racing, breath shallow. These small moments can feel harmless, but they are often signs that your arteries and heart are asking for help. The truth is startling. Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States suffers a cardiovascular event, and the majority of those at highest risk are over the age of 60. This is not about scaring you. It's about understanding that what feels like just getting older may actually be your body warning you. But here's the good news. You are not alone, and you are not helpless. What you choose to put on your plate every single day can have the power to either protect your arteries or put more strain on your heart. And surprisingly, the solution isn't complicated. Some of the simplest vegetables, the kind you can find in any grocery store, hold the key to keeping your arteries clear and your heart healthy even after 60.
As we age, our bodies undergo changes that often remain invisible until a crisis strikes. One of the most significant shifts happens in the arteries, the lifelines that carry blood to every organ. Imagine a garden hose left outside for years. Over time, it stiffens, cracks, and becomes less flexible. The same thing happens to our blood vessels as we pass 60. They lose elasticity, and cholesterol or calcium can begin to build up inside, narrowing the passageways. This narrowing forces the heart to pump harder, increasing blood pressure and reducing the smooth flow of oxygen to the brain, muscles, and other vital tissues. That's why older adults often notice symptoms they once dismissed: blurred vision at night, feeling unsteady when walking, waking up with a pounding head, or struggling to fall back asleep after midnight. These are not just random inconveniences. They are warning signs of arteries under stress. Medical research underscores this reality. A report from the American Heart Association revealed that adults over 65 face the highest risk of heart attacks and strokes, particularly in the late night or early morning hours. This is when blood pressure tends to surge, and the body's natural defenses are at their weakest. For many, the first sign of trouble can be a serious event, one that could have been prevented with earlier care. It is important to understand that this is not about inevitable decline. Yes, the risks are higher after 60, but they are not beyond our control. Our daily choices matter more than most people realize. Just as arteries can become clogged, they can also be supported, nourished, and kept flexible with the right nutrients. Think of your arteries as living tissue that responds directly to what you feed it. A meal rich in vegetables and natural compounds can help relax those vessels, lower inflammation, and restore balance to your circulation. Ignoring these signals can allow small problems to grow into life-threatening ones. But listening, truly listening to what your body is telling you, can change the outcome. And the good news is, the solutions don't require expensive medications or complicated routines. They start with simple, everyday vegetables that work quietly, yet powerfully, to protect your heart.
When we talk about protecting your arteries and heart, many people immediately think of prescriptions, surgeries, or complicated treatments. But the truth is, some of the most effective tools for supporting circulation are already in your kitchen. They are not exotic, they are not expensive, and you probably pass them every time you walk through the produce aisle. We're not talking about miracle cures or pills in a bottle. We're talking about vegetables, humble, everyday foods that can act like natural medicine for your arteries. Scientific research has shown that certain vegetables contain compounds that reduce cholesterol buildup, improve blood vessel flexibility,
and lower dangerous inflammation that can quietly damage the heart over time. In this video, we'll explore 5 vegetables that stand out for their ability to keep arteries clear and hearts strong after 60. Some are well known for their heart benefits, while others might surprise you. Each one has a specific way of working in the body, whether it's relaxing blood vessels, sweeping away harmful fats, or providing antioxidants that protect cells from aging. The best part is that these foods are easy to add to your daily routine. You don't need to change everything at once. Just choosing one vegetable a day, prepared in a way you enjoy, can begin to tip the balance toward better health. Small, steady steps make the biggest difference, and these 5 vegetables can be your first steps toward a stronger heart.
1. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. When it comes to heart health, leafy greens are at the top of the list. Rich in nitrates, they help the body produce nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes and widens blood vessels. Imagine your arteries opening up like a roadway cleared of traffic, allowing blood to flow freely. This reduces pressure on the heart and improves oxygen delivery throughout the body. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that people who regularly consumed leafy greens had significantly lower rates of heart disease. For seniors, this means fewer dizzy spells, better stamina when walking, and more energy throughout the day. Adding greens is simple. Toss a handful into soups, sauté them lightly with garlic, or blend them into a smoothie with fruit to soften the flavor. My patient, Helen, 68, used to struggle with nightly leg cramps and morning fatigue. Since she began eating a small salad with spinach and lemon at dinner, she's noticed her energy return and her blood pressure readings improve. 2. Broccoli. Often overlooked, broccoli is a powerhouse for the arteries. Packed with vitamin K, vitamin C, and fiber, broccoli reduces cholesterol and prevents calcium deposits from hardening the arteries. Think of it as a natural scrub brush, sweeping away harmful buildup. In one long-term study from the University of Western Australia, participants who consumed broccoli several times a week showed lower levels of arterial stiffness compared to those who rarely ate it. For people over 60, this means better circulation and a reduced risk of blood clots. The best way to enjoy broccoli is lightly steamed, which preserves its nutrients. Try adding it as a side dish with olive oil or blending it into a creamy soup. One gentleman I worked with, John, 72, who often felt sluggish after meals, replaced heavy starches with broccoli and grilled fish. Within weeks, he reported feeling lighter and more alert. 3. Garlic. Though not always thought of as a vegetable, garlic deserves its place here. For centuries, it has been used as natural medicine, and modern science confirms its benefits. Garlic contains allicin, a compound that lowers cholesterol, reduces blood pressure, and acts as an anti-inflammatory agent. In simple terms, it helps arteries stay flexible and clear. A meta-analysis published in Nutrition Reviews revealed that garlic supplementation reduced blood pressure in individuals with hypertension, with effects comparable to some medications. For older adults who may already be taking multiple prescriptions, garlic offers a natural, food-based support. You don't need large amounts. Adding 1 or 2 cloves daily, whether crushed into soups, roasted with vegetables, or spread on whole grain bread, can make a meaningful difference. I remember Mrs. Patel, 74, who was initially hesitant because she disliked the smell. But once she tried roasting garlic until it turned sweet and soft, she found it not only delicious, but also noticed her evening blood pressure numbers improve. 4. Beets. Beets are vibrant, earthy, and incredibly effective at improving blood flow. Like leafy greens, they are high in nitrates, which the body converts to nitric oxide. This helps relax and dilate blood vessels, lowering blood pressure almost immediately. Some studies even show improvements within hours of drinking beet juice. Research from the University of Exeter found that older adults who consumed beet juice before exercise were able to walk longer distances with less fatigue. This is especially important for people over 60, who often struggle with stamina and leg strength due to poor circulation. You can enjoy beets roasted in the oven, sliced thin in a salad, or blended into a smoothie with apples and carrots. One patient I worked with, Michael, 70, who had given up his daily walks due to shortness of breath, began drinking a small glass of beet juice in the mornings. Within weeks, he was back to his walks, saying he felt a lightness he hadn't experienced in years. 5. Tomatoes. Last but not least, tomatoes provide lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that directly benefits heart health. Lycopene reduces oxidative stress, lowers bad cholesterol, LDL, and improves the flexibility of blood vessels. Imagine your arteries as elastic bands. Lycopene helps them stay supple, rather than stiff and brittle. A large European study showed that higher lycopene levels in the blood were linked to a reduced risk of heart attacks and strokes, particularly among older adults. For those over 60, tomatoes can be a simple, tasty way to guard against arterial aging. Cooking tomatoes actually increases their lycopene content. A tomato sauce simmered with olive oil, a bowl of tomato soup, or even sliced fresh tomatoes with a drizzle of balsamic vinegar can provide a heart-healthy boost. I recall Mrs. Thompson, 66, who loved pasta but worried about her health. By switching to whole grain pasta with a homemade tomato sauce, she satisfied her cravings while protecting her heart. Together, these 5 vegetables, leafy greens, broccoli, garlic, beets, and tomatoes, work like a natural team to clear arteries, relax blood vessels, and keep the heart strong. They don't just add color to your plate, they add years of vitality to your life.
Knowing which vegetables protect your heart is one thing. Putting them into your daily routine is what truly makes the difference. The beauty of these 5 foods is that they can be woven into meals without fuss or confusion. Start with breakfast. A smoothie of spinach, beet, and apple can give your circulation a natural boost at the very beginning of the day. If smoothies aren't your style, simply add sliced tomatoes on whole grain toast, drizzled with a touch of olive oil. For lunch, consider a light salad made with leafy greens, tossed with garlic-infused dressing. Broccoli florets can be steamed and stored in the fridge, ready to add as a side to any meal. These small additions keep your plate colorful and your arteries supported. At dinner, roasted beets pair beautifully with grilled chicken or fish, while a simple tomato soup makes for a comforting, nutrient-rich option. Cooking with garlic, whether sautéed with greens or blended into sauces, can become second nature once you get used to the aroma and flavor. For those managing high blood pressure, diabetes, or cholesterol medication, it's wise to introduce these vegetables gradually and consult a doctor if you're unsure. The goal is not perfection, but consistency. Even choosing 1 or 2 of these foods each day can set you on the path to clearer arteries and a healthier heart. Think of this as creating a rhythm, small, repeatable steps that turn into lifelong protection.
Now that you've discovered 5 simple vegetables that can help protect your arteries and strengthen your heart, I'd love to hear from you. Have you already tried adding some of these foods into your daily meals? Type 1 in the comments if you've used them before, or 0 if you're just beginning this journey. Your experiences and small tips might inspire someone else who is watching today. Maybe you found a favorite way to prepare garlic, or a beet recipe that makes it delicious even for someone who never liked vegetables. Sharing your story could make a real difference to another person's health. And if you'd like more simple, science-backed health advice, made especially for people over 60, don't forget to subscribe to The Slow Strength. Together, we can keep building a stronger, healthier future, one small choice at a time. As we come to the end of this journey, remember this: protecting your heart and keeping your arteries clear doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't mean overhauling your entire diet overnight or living in fear of what might happen. It simply means making one small, intentional choice each day. Choices that build on each other and quietly reshape your health. Picture this. You wake up tomorrow feeling lighter, steadier on your feet, your breath a little deeper.
You sit down for breakfast and know that the food in front of you is not just filling your stomach, but actively working to keep your heart strong. That's the gift these vegetables offer, not just nutrients, but peace of mind. Over 60 does not mean slowing down into weakness. It can mean stepping into a wiser, more empowered version of yourself. Every tomato you slice, every leaf of spinach you add, every bite of broccoli or roasted beet is a small vote in favor of a longer, fuller life. You don't have to do it all at once. Begin with one change today, perhaps a handful of greens at dinner, or a clove of garlic in your soup. Then tomorrow, take one more step. Over time, these little steps create a powerful rhythm, one that leads to better balance, clearer arteries, and a heart that beats strong and steady. You deserve health, vitality, and the joy of waking up each day with energy. Take care of your heart. It has carried you through every moment of your life, and with the right choices, it will carry you forward with strength and grace.